In this subject, the economics of wage and employment in this semester. Welcome all of you in this subject. I and Ajahn Kanun will organize this subject. We have several chapters, around 7 and 8 chapters, and my responsibility is chapter 1 to chapter 3. Chapter 1 is the demand for labor, supply of labor, equilibrium, elasticity, and government intervention. This is 5 of topics in the chapter 1. In chapter 1, I have a quiz for you, 8 quiz. This quiz, all of you have to write down in handwriting and send me in the Facebook group. Okay, go on. This chapter, we have an objective to develop labor demand and supply model to estimate the effect of relevant changes in supply and demand. And we hope that all of you can understand about the cause of change and difference in labor supply, demand, elasticity, and effect of this change. How many factors affect demand and supply, okay, in labor market, and focus on labor market. So first of all, we have to know and accept all assumptions here. First is every firm want to maximize profit, need to maximize profit. And this firm, they use only labor and capital. Remember, L and K. And the cost of production is only hourly wage. We use the short word is HR. And labor and product market are competitive. This is competitive market. Competitive market, not monopoly, not monopoly. Okay, this is competitive market. And firm is price taker. It's price taker. What is it? They have to accept the market price from demand and supply. This, okay. For instance, okay, I will talk it later on. Additional assumption is capital is fixed. K is fixed. K is fixed. We are the short run period. What is a short run period? I will talk about the short run later on. First one, demand for labor. The demand for labor is a story of employer because they need to hire demand because there are a demand for goods or services in the factor producers or the good and service in the commodity markets. They have high demand for the computer. So they have a demand for worker to produce a computer, for instance. Okay, clear? The demand for labor is dependent on the demand for final product that labor produce. The greater the demand for office space, see, final product, they have a high demand, okay, or demand increase in final product. Then they have a greater demand for office space, and then the higher the demand for construction worker. So you have to illustrate or show your example by yourself. My example is that if we have high demand for iPad increase, or QX, X is iPad increase, then this is a demand for worker or labor increase. We call this demand is derived demand. Next is marginal product of labor. The additional product, it is the meaning, additional product of the firm produce as a result of hiring one more worker. So labor, you hire one more labor. This labor can produce a number of product, right? This is a labor. This is a goods. Okay, clear? Very easy, right? So this is the assumption. The previous slide said that we are going in the short run period. We focus on short run period. That means, what is it? The law of diminishing returns should play the role to explain that L we can increase, decrease, and K we cannot do anything because K is fixed. Capital is fixed. Same factory, okay? Same equipment, but labor high more or less. So, quiz number 1.2, you will draw the graph, show the diminishing return. As I hint that your graph should present TP, L, and K, and the S-curve, remember? And MP and AP, marginal product, average product, maximum of TP. The marginal product is equal to 0 and AP, MP, TP. You have to explain this graph. Move on. Labor market. We have an employer. So employer, they have demand for labor. Okay, they have demand for labor. And when firm is deciding how many workers to hire, is not interested in how much of input will increase. See, this is output. Worker is input. This is output. Is related. How many workers they hire is depend on how much of input they increase or decrease. If output increase and then their revenue increase. So, therefore, they need to hire labor more and more. Okay, so this case is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola said that, our Coca-Cola very popular in the market, in the commodity market. They sell hard sell. They can sell Coca-Cola a lot. They produce, the total revenue increase, profit increase, output increase. And then, what is it? Your picture drawing here. My question is, what happened here? So, in terms of entrepreneur, employer, they need something here, right? They need something here.